I've talked about me not liking the way my fender looks multiple times, and since it's finally actually nice out, I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew up everything that I did with this. It'll take time, but yeah, it'll it'll be fixed at some point. But I figure I might as well start this off. So this is pretty much part one of something. It'll happen at some point, or finish at some point. Just stuff. So there's only really one way to fix what I've done, which this is the body, that's the fender. I've talked about this multiple times, like I've said, but as far as I'm concerned, there's only one real way to fix it, and that is with like a hammer. Now, I got this from Harbor Freight, and yeah, I mean, it's not advised to do this if your fender's still like alright, but I want my car's body to be pretty much where it was factory, which me in the past, I never cared about that, which is why it's so rolled. And this is, well, yeah, that's why it's so rolled, but also it's starting to get a little bit of patch rust, or I don't think that's the right way of saying it, but it's not through the body, it just exists. But I'll be sanding all this down and hopefully getting some new paint over that. Well, hopefully, yeah, I will, just at some point. Not yet, at some point. So, gonna go ahead and mallet all of this out, or hammer it out, hopefully. Oh, it's tough, but it won't look like this after a while. I just gotta get the sandpaper and then body filler, but it's now. Oh, that sucks. But yeah, pretty much. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get a fender roller, put it right on here, and try to make this as flush as humanly possible. Then gonna have to get some sandpaper. Then literally I'm gonna be sanding pretty much from here all the way down, and then then I'll end up getting sand this all down. I'm gonna sand damn near everything on this. Probably gonna have to get some of this out too, but yeah. Gonna sand everything down and then body fill this entire thing to try and reshape it to as stock as I can possibly get it. Getting a little bit of this pulled back out so that way I can still clearance the rim somewhat, but this is painful. But then again, this fender has always been painful. If you want a real life lesson from this, never sand, or I'm gonna have to sand, but never roll your fenders more than they gotta be rolled. Especially if you want to try and get it back to stock body, because this is the process. Oh, this is painful. So pretty much next in this whole process is, obviously I got the whole fender. Really not smoothed out, but more in line with where it was in the beginning. You can even sort of just barely see where the OEM line was. But yeah, pretty much next up, I think I may have already said, but fender rolling, somewhat. Not pulling, just getting it more in line. So when I finally start to sand all of this down, and once I apply the layer of a body filler, then it should that is so painful. But yeah, hopefully once I actually smooth everything out, well, smooth, it'll never be smooth obviously, but once I get everything more where I want it to be, Then once I sand everything down and put on the body filler, should hopefully look pretty much as stock. Because I'm not about to put a big amount of body filler over this. I'm going to put enough where it smooths it out. Then after that, get it some new paint over this fender. Well, both fenders, because I'm going to be doing both. But yeah, put a new layer of paint over the fender and hopefully it should be good. Alright, so figured I'd at least show this as an ending part. And yeah, I mean, by all means, right now it looks horrible. 100%, yeah. But once I go ahead and figure out which sandpaper I should be using and get this all sanded down, and also still have to work with this a little bit to try to at least smooth it out a bit more, but don't roll your fenders on these cars. Just cut this lip off. Cut the lip off that was under here in the first place, because this sucks. Yeah. Just cut the lip. Don't roll it. Or if you do roll it, then good luck. But yeah, no. This is horrible, but it can still be recovered unironically. It'll just take a lot of work. So, yep. I'll be back probably whenever I start sanding this all down, and then once I get proper body filler to get all along this. So, yep.